Sture. Sture? Sture. There we go. Sture. 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 Hi, everybody. Adam Savage in my cave with some furniture nostalgia. Yeah. Okay. Actually, hold on just a second. So on this channel, you have seen me build all sorts of cabinets and cases for my things. I have built drawers. Oh, wow. It's got really, look at that. I got to get some neutral density on that skylight. I've done drawers like these guys. Yeah, that's not quite perfect. I've done drawers like these guys and these guys. We'll include links to all these in the description. 10, 12, 13 years ago on this channel, I made the assertion that drawers are where things go to die. Oh, hey, don't go away. Hi. I made the assertion that drawers are where things go to die, and I don't. Hang on. One of the difficulties about shooting with an iPhone is every year there's less places on the iPhone you can grab it. I keep on pushing buttons while I'm holding onto it. Anyway, over a decade ago on this channel, I made the assertion that drawers are where things go to die, and I no longer believe that. I now believe drawers should be specifically allocated for specific things, very specific. The more specific, the better. I have almost no miscellany drawers here in the cave. And in my house, I have many, like everyone does. But speaking of drawers, right, like these are Baltic birch ply, 1/2 inch, 1/4 inch, felt lined. I love Baltic birch ply. I love many drawers. They make me happy now, where they used to just make me stressed out. I also learned, I guess one of the other reasons I learned to love drawers is because I learned how to label them so that I could see them from across the shop. This is all a preamble of explaining where I think my love of a certain kind of drawer comes. And it comes from this. This is a set of drawers. Look at those little finger joints. It's all Baltic birch ply, little masonite on the drawer bottom there. You can always tell masonite. It's got that waffle pattern on the back. This is IKEA. What? How could this be IKEA? I see joints. This is 1997. My older sister, Kate, is an artist, a painter, amazing artist. She lived in LA for a long time, and she had this, and I always coveted it. I always told her it was one of my favorite pieces of furniture she had. And I always knew it was IKEA because if you lived on the West Coast in the 90s, it's hard to overstate the cultural moment of IKEA arriving in Los Angeles in 1990 was when it arrived. But then they opened up a second store, I think in the 96. LA denizens will remember, but I was working for a startup toy company called Zoob in 1996. And I remember when the LA store opened up, we made an order for like $10,000 worth of IKEA furniture to outfit our entire startup's offices. And somebody went down there with a big truck, and then there was like, oh, God, glorious, just weeks and weeks of assembling IKEA furniture. I still have some of the shelving from that purchase 30 years later. And so in order to so my sister gave me this recently. She's like, I knew you always loved it. And by the way, it's in perfect shape. I don't know how something that's been in her. Oh, also, she stored all of her colored pencils and gouache and pastel. So every shelf smells like an art studio. I like a slightly different one. I smell some graphite in there, wax in here. Yeah, a little bit of, really, really neat. Anyway, so I remember, God, IKEA was an important part of everyone living in LA's life at that point. It was such a sea change in obtaining a certain quality of interior. Let's just say that. I think that's exactly the right way to put it. And the joke now is, like a hippie, you don't ever want to take a piece of IKEA furniture to a second location. It's never going to make it. And, I've seen the planned obsolescence happening. I've seen them replace their little pot metal parts with little plastic parts that makes them more and more vulnerable every single time. This is a harbinger of a more golden age, where you bought a piece of IKEA furniture and it required no assembly. What? I say all this with the most deeply loving heart for IKEA. IKEA has, like, please understand IKEA. I love you. And this, I wish you would make this again. Oh, its name, S-T-U-R-E, Sture. Sture. In order to find that, I had to look through 3 1990s IKEA catalogs, 95, 96, and 97. Luckily, every IKEA catalog ever is on their website. They have a museum of all of them. And can I just tell you, the 1996, wait, let me just double check that. 1995. Please, I will include a link in the description. I want you to go look at the 1995 IKEA catalog. Yeah, that's what the cover looks like. It's so dark. It's so dark. You find yourself wondering who art directed this, and there are pages of objects in which you can barely see any of the objects. They're all set against dark. It's very moody. It's beautiful, but not necessarily legible. It's kind of amazing. Anyway, I didn't find this in 95. I didn't find it in 96. I found it in 1997. And it's called the Sture, S-T-U-R-E. And it will be a very welcome addition to this cave. It will very soon get filled with a lot of stuff that I'm looking at here that I can move into slightly deeper storage. It's got 6 deep drawers at the bottom and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 shallow drawers on the top. I will also, when you go look for this online, you only find a few blog posts. Somebody painted theirs rainbows. Somebody else painted theirs white. It looks great. I may end up 3D printing new drawer pulls for this and staining it down to look a little older. I may give these drawer fronts actual drawer fronts. I'm not sure what I might end up doing to modify this, but the very first thing that will happen is it goes into the cave's storage circulation. Yeah. I would love to hear about your favorite pieces I'd love to hear stories of IKEA nostalgia. Yeah, that's absolutely what I'd love to hear. Because, Jonathan Colton has a wonderful song called IKEA. We'll include a link to that in the description as well. And the chorus goes something like, just a handful of nails and some wood and some Norsemen making furniture for college kids and divorced men. And the thing is that when I separated from my wife back in 2002, the first thing I did was go over to the IKEA in Emeryville, and I discovered that if you go there on like a Tuesday or Wednesday night, no one's there. You just go walk through the whole place alone, get your hot dog on, get your meatball, and get your furniture out there. That's my IKEA nostalgia, is the early aughts going and populating my bachelor apartment. And like I said, still have a few of those pieces. Yeah, the white round table, that's another one of their masterpieces. Yeah, I'd love to hear stories of your IKEA nostalgia. Hello, Sture. Welcome to the shop. Thanks, everyone, for joining me, and I will see you next time. Thank you so much for watching that video. If while watching any of my videos you like any of the t-shirts that you see me wearing, well, you can go buy them. And there's 2 places you can get them. First, you can go to tested-store.com, a web address that my crew laughs is one of the hardest things for me to remember in my whole brain. But now they've given me a second URL. You can now go to adamsavage.com and buy any of the t-shirts you see me wearing on this channel. And there's a whole bunch of other stuff there too. Thanks.